It started, as most Big Bangs do, with a spark. No one could have predicted on that September day in 2007 that a half-hour sitcom about two awkward physicists, their beautiful neighbor, and a whiteboard full of equations would change the course of pop culture forever. But it did. The Big Bang Theory premiered quietly on CBS, nestled among more conventional sitcoms, but from that moment, a new kind of comedy, and a new kind of hero, was born. 18 years later, the echo of that bang still reverberates. Scene 1. The living room. A softly flickering television glows in a dark room. On screen, two socially anxious geniuses, Leonard Hofstadter and Sheldon Cooper, attempt to donate sperm at a high IQ sperm bank. In the background, a microwave beeps. A pizza box is tossed onto a couch. A laugh track explodes. It was silly, awkward, and unapologetically nerdy. To many viewers, it was a risk. To the rest of us, it felt like home. The nerds take over before the Big Bang Theory. The word geek conjured images of glasses, calculators, and loneliness. Nerds weren't cool. Comic book shops weren't date spots. Wearing a Flash t-shirt in public, social suicide. But suddenly, things change. The physicists of the Big Bang Theory made comic books, physics puns, and Halo Night feel like core pieces of a life worth living. These weren't just jokes, they were affirmations. And the audience responded. Strong ratings turned into syndication gold. Bazinga became a national catchphrase. Sheldon Cooper, with his robotic cadence and obsessive rituals, became a character unlike any other in television history, part savant, part annoyance, part philosopher, king of nerd culture. More than a sitcom at face value, The Big Bang Theory was just a comedy. Laugh track, 3-camera setup, a group of friends growing together through love, loss, and laundry night. But beneath its formulaic structure was something more innovative. It wasn't just poking fun at science or nerd culture, it was celebrating it. Sure, Sheldon mocked Raj for being unable to speak to women without alcohol. Howard's pickup lines were cringe-worthy. Leonard's endless need for Penny's approval was both painful and relatable. But these weren't caricatures, they were us, mirrored with a touch of exaggeration and a whole lot of heart. Through their quirks, the show invited us to embrace our own. A cultural time capsule. To rewatch the pilot today is to time travel. Flip phones in their pockets. Halo 2 on the Xbox 360. Internet dating still something of a novelty. The Large Hadron Collider still years from confirming the Higgs boson. And Penny. Oh, Penny. The girl next door who became the gravitational pull of the group's messy, brilliant orbit. With her sunny optimism, street smarts, and gradually evolving ambition, Penny was more than just a foil for the Geek Squad. She was their bridge to the outside world. Her presence allowed the show to balance emotional depth with scientific theory, and her arc became one of the show's most compelling narratives. The science behind the laughter behind the scenes. Real physicist David Saltzberg ensured the whiteboards were accurate, the jargon authentic, and the equations grounded in reality. It was a show that didn't just name-drop Stephen Hawking or string theory, it respected them. It didn't dumb down science for the audience. It elevated the audience to science's level. Viewers around the world began Googling terms, exploring quantum mechanics, understanding Schrödinger's cat, not because they had to, but because they wanted to. Physicists became celebrities. Neil deGrasse Tyson made guest appearances. Bill Nye was back on prime time. NASA got shout-outs. The show sparked curiosity. In an age of misinformation, The Big Bang Theory made learning feel like comedy, and that was revolutionary. From pilot to legacy, the pilot was humble. A small apartment, a stairwell, a diner, a broken elevator that would become both metaphor and mainstay. But the show grew. Its ensemble expanded. We met Bernadette with her powerhouse voice and pocket-sized fury. We met Amy Farrah Fowler, the neurobiologist who taught Sheldon how to love, and taught all of us that slow, strange, sincere love stories still matter. It won Emmys. It topped the ratings. It filmed 279 episodes across 12 seasons. But more than that, it created something rarer than awards or numbers. It created connection. People watched The Big Bang Theory in hospital rooms and college dorms, on first dates and lonely nights. It became a constant in a world spinning faster every year. The soundtrack of a generation. Barenaked Ladies wrote the theme song, a compressed, catchy history of the universe in under 30 seconds. It was goofy, fast, and oddly perfect. Our whole universe was in a hot, dense state. The words still trigger memories of Sheldon's spot on the couch, of Leonard's earnest optimism, of Raj's wide-eyed wonder, of Penny's sighs, of dice rolls, science fairs, and Comic-Con dreams. 18 years later, in 2025, we live in a world built partially by the Big Bang Theory. It didn't invent nerd culture, but it mainstreamed it. Now, Marvel movies dominate the box office. Star Trek and Star Wars aren't niche. They're the new mythology. Kids grow up idolizing not just athletes, but engineers. Smart is sexy, weird is wonderful. And somewhere in reruns, Sheldon is still explaining string theory. Leonard is still knocking on Penny's door. Raj is still speaking to his dog with more confidence than to humans. And the audience, is still laughing. The final equation: it's hard to measure the impact of a sitcom. Nielsen ratings can't quantify how many kids chose science because of Sheldon. Streaming stats don't tell us how many friendships were bonded over shared laughter. You can't chart the cultural orbit of a show that helped redefine what it means to be normal. But if you could, the numbers would be astronomical. 18 years ago today, a pilot aired. No one knew it then, but a universe had just begun to expand. A universe filled with quirks, genius, friendship, awkward hugs, and the unshakable belief that even the oddest among us belong. And to that, all we can say is,